Welcome back to another live stream. Gonna do some Madden 19 solo challenges. No beast and zero chill. Start off with snow beast.
Hey, welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the NFL and Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And on second down, the offense gets ready to rock. Stafford looks to throw again. It's complete to Golden Tate. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Stafford going to come up first and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Throwing again is Stafford. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Stafford now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's first and 10. Here's Bill. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Luke Wilson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams sprint to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners. Those guys who can break.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue: explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure.
Back now in Tampa, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Kamara. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they will take a 7-point lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he loses the football a second time. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, a hit.
He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been two ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. Time for a break. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. A man who's been busy this afternoon is Kamara again. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Right 90, right 20.
Vic. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now Jones. Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose.
God damn it.
So here come the Lions now. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Give him 3 on the play, and it's a second down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. The Lions on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando. I'm the coach, and this is Madden.
And now the offense getting ready on second down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there, 51 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. So a big-time scamper there to cap a touchdown on the opening drive.
Sets a tone, establishes not what you call a dominance, but a really good feeling for the team that just scored. But I've got to ask you, partner, what do the analytics say about that type of a run? Does it establish anything else for them?
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead is up to 5. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Stafford out to the flat for Riddick. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going underneath to Blunt. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw, Stafford. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. Throwing is Stafford. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Stafford now to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here. As the Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Vick on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script. From 4th down to 1st. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Spins away. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Michael Vick. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He's to the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That appeared like any routine NFL quarterback, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. I just think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush. And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed passes like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs, when necessary, to help get him out of trouble.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Detroit getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford on 1st down. And that's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Into the secondary again. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, this is Kamara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. The recipe is pretty simple, I think, Greg. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You can see them sad on their sideline. I think this one might just be over.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge. And someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just Who cares? Let's get out of here. We'll do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Lions on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On the ground, Kamara. And down he goes just beyond the 35, and that pretty move got him some extra space to run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing...
It's the coach in our Tiburon Studios in Orlando.
And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far,
his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Now Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it here with one. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity miss. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Stafford toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Again, it's Stafford. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. First down, Vic. And Graham's got it over the middle. And now running right through it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Vic now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. To throw, Vic. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's got his man complete over the middle. It's Graham. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. Vic operating on first down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They go play action here on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kelvin Benjamin from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. And those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Now Jones. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a carry for Gurley. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush will just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. And it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here comes Michael Vick now leading his offense back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They'll run. This is Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what?
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk with a little bit more time off now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
This is a real lift for a defense. It's been a long drive, and you're starting to drag a little bit out there. Been pushed back, and now instead of caving in, here's the play you were waiting for. And the interception means that long drive is going to yield nothing for the offense.
Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Kamara, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Running with Kamara. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying the left side with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chill.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the NFL on E.
And on second down, the offense gets ready to ride. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Michael Vick and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the league. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and there's creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Dancing away at the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Vick steps away to his left. He can run, and it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Crosby on now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. So here's Vick following the interception. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, and he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Jared Davis, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Vick. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. We have hit halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. Now Jones. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To the right side, caught by Salah. They get a running back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And now running right through it. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a set for Vick. His throw incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Vick now. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. In the slot on the right is Graham. Here's Michael Vick, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds here. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Jones. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been... And oh, it caught it up! And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and 5. It's a play fake. Now Vick. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Smith catches left side. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Here's Vic. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Here's Vic. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Kerry Hyder able to drop him for a loss of 4.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Vic readies to throw, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Crosby on now to kick it away. Now Jones. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah. Dashing through the snow. 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate taking it in. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
90.
Now Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Deshaun Shedd. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Time for a break. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Kamara try the right side. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Throwing, Vic. Going deep for Benjamin. And bulldozing his way through. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. Screen pass to Blunt. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, here's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Stafford, caught by Wilson. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Again, it's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, and it's 3rd and short. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing again is Stafford. And that is caught. Herman Moore. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Stafford looks to throw again. Out to the flat for Riddick. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. To the air again. Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's caught at the 2. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. LeGarrette Blount, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they'll go on the ground. And now running right through it. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach welcoming you to Madden Ultimate Team. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it, but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
This is Riddick on the screen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So a minute 56 to play in this first half. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. My good friend Charles and I are right back at you after this. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out.
And got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things...
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Stafford here. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The former All-Pro, Marcel Darius, able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. The final shot before the break. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Going underneath to Blunt. And Blunt loses the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We got it. Good job, Pete. Good job, Pete.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Double. Eagle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Vic out of the gun. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Michael Vick keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up 1st downs.
Stafford now to throw. He hits Riddick underneath. call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the...
Touchdown, Detroit! Golden Tate, 41 yards. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Vic on second down. Forced out to his left. And left side here, it's Graham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Room to run inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Gave a glimpse of his quick feet and then taken down right at the 30. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be third down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Buying time to his left. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Traquan Smith, 30 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
We just saw one of the benefits of a quarterback having mobility. Scrambled around, kept the play alive, and then found a receiver open downfield for a touchdown.
Crosby with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be taken short. Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A give to Kamara running right. Finding room to the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Oh, and now he bowls him. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Stafford on first down. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Gets past one man. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football in this D-line. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 24. Crosby on now to kick it away. Now Jones. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Let's just be frank, they're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Here's Stafford. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Monday.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore.
You got it.
15 yards through the air and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Stafford. Open is Tate. Touchdown, Lions.
They're coming.
Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game.
Feel like this will be my last solo challenge of the day. Got some family coming over, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it after this. As you can see, if you tuned in, I appreciate you tuning in. I upgraded my team. I actually got a pretty decent wide receiver by doing this challenge. Number 84 overall. I upgraded to an 84 overall. Went from a 73 to 84, 10 points. I got my number 2 tight end, 83 overall. He got 88 speed. He got good down the field ability,
Welcome in,
quick
everyone.
catching.
I'm your host, Jonathan Coachman, and this
I do a
is
lot of
Madden
two tight
Ultimate
end
Team
sets, so
on
we're gonna
EA
utilize him.
Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
McCown to throw on second down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Jordan Leggett the target there. And now it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. McCown going to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jermaine Kearse, a 22-yard touchdown ground. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Michael Vick, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40.
I seen that route he ran, man. His release is awesome.
Catch and a first down.
First play
as far
he
as
got in
tight
the
ends
game.
go,
First,
this guy's not a speed
first
burner.
catch,
He's
first
much
down.
more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense
that was
step
all
up
Vic
and
right
make
there,
that
baby.
play? 'Cause that's been an issue
All
for them in this
Vic.
game. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's
I'm
first
gonna
and
have to
10,
end
like
this a
I
little
said,
sooner
in
than
the
I
red
would
zone.
hope. Family just showed up. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. I might get on tomorrow. I might not. If I don't, have a Merry Christmas. Appreciate you tuning in.